All right, so today we're taking a deep dive into the FLEWCO electric bike.
Oh, yeah, the FLEWCO sounds interesting.
Yeah, and we're really going to break down their marketing materials and, see what we can find.
See if they're, walking the walk or just talking the talk, right?
Exactly, yeah. Are they all hype, or is there some substance behind these claims? Loving this? Don't miss what's next. Hit subscribe, like for more, and share with someone who is a fan for this product too. Your quick action helps us keep creating.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that jumps out at me right away is this whole RIDI experience thing.
The what?
Yeah, the RIDI experience, it says right here.
Oh, right, the smooth ride RIDI experience.
Yeah, exactly. And they're talking about mountains, motorways, forest roads, like all these different terrains.
Right, it sounds like they're going for like a super versatile bike, one that can handle pretty much anything.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, but I'm a little skeptical. I mean, how are they actually achieving that?
Yeah, they're not really giving us the specifics.
No, not at all. Like, what kind of motor are they using? What about the suspension system?
Right, those are pretty important details if you're going to claim this bike can conquer any terrain.
Exactly.
But I mean, based on their marketing, it seems like they're targeting people who want to commute in the city, but also be able to go off-roading on the weekends?
Yeah, like a do-it-all kind of bike.
Right, so I'm guessing they have to have some pretty decent tech under the hood to pull that off.
Yeah, I would think so. But usually that kind of performance comes with a trade-off.
Like what?
Well, high-performance motors and advanced suspension systems, they tend to add weight and bulk.
That makes sense.
But then they also emphasize this sleek design and a hidden battery.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It could be their way of packing in the power without making the bike look like a tack.
Yeah, maybe they found some clever way to integrate everything and bring it lightweight.
It's possible, but we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, so speaking of the battery, I do like that they offer two charging options.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
You can either charge it directly on the bike or detach it completely.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be really handy for people who live in apartments or have limited storage space.
Yeah, or if your outlets are in awkward spots.
Exactly, you don't have to like maneuver the whole bike just to plug it in.
Right, makes a lot of sense.
But it does make me wonder about security.
Yeah, good point.
Like, what's to stop someone from just walking off with your detached battery?
True, they don't really address that in the marketing materials, do they?
Nope, not that I saw.
Yeah, that's a bit of a red flag for me.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a classic trade-off, convenience versus security.
Exactly, you gain one, you lose the other.
Okay, so another thing they mentioned is that the bike is easy to carry and disassemble.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Again, sounds great in theory, especially for storage and transport.
Right, like if you need to take it on public transportation or something.
Exactly, but what does easy actually mean?
Yeah, are we talking like a few clicks and you're done, or do you need a whole toolkit?
Right, they don't really elaborate on that.
It would be nice to know how quick and user-friendly the process really is.
Totally, and I think this feature also raises a bigger question about who this bike is really for.
Oh, how so?
Well, if it's truly easy to disassemble and transport, it could be a game changer for certain people.
Like who?
Well, like we said, apartment dwellers, anyone with limited storage space, people who rely on public transportation.
Ah, I see what you mean.
It could open up a whole new level of practicality for those folks.
Interesting.
Okay, last but not least, they mention an embedded waterproof package.
Yeah, that's pretty important for an e-bike.
Absolutely, especially if you live in a place with unpredictable weather.
Right, you don't want your bike shorting out in the middle of a rainstorm.
Exactly, but again, they're a little vague on the details.
Like what level of waterproofing are we talking about?
Right, is it just drizzle-proof, or can it handle a full-on downpour?
Good question.
And what about the electrical components? Are those fully sealed?
They should be,
Yeah, I would hope so.
but it's definitely something you'd want to clarify before buying.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd assume they've at least met industry standards for water resistance.
Yeah, that would be the bare minimum.
But still, it's always a good idea to double check and make sure it aligns with your intended use.
Couldn't agree more so. To sum it all up, the FLEWCO electric bike is making some pretty big promises. Comfort, versatility, convenience, all in a sleek package.
Yeah, it sounds pretty impressive on paper.
It does, but as we've discussed, the devil is in the details.
Exactly.
To really assess the value of this bike, we need more information about the motor, the battery range, the specifics of those easy-to-carry and waterproof claims.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
And ultimately, it comes down to each individual's needs and priorities.
Right, some people might prioritize portability over range or vice versa.
Exactly. So it's important to weigh the trade-offs and choose the bike that best fits your lifestyle.
Well said.
All right, so that was our deep dive into the FLEWCO electric bike.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, definitely a lot to consider.
I'm curious to see how this bike actually performs in the real world.
Yeah, me too. Well, hopefully we'll get some more information soon.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks for listening. Subscribe, like, and share to support more great deep dives. See you next time. Get your 3WCO electric bike today. Link in the description below.